own area there. Ball was up at the Brighton defence. Van Hecke, well, he was pushed in the back by Solanke, but the referee played it on. And Xavi Simons was racing through the centre of the Brighton defence there. He's got the pace to burn, hasn't he, the Dutchman? And out came Verbruggen in the nick of time. Of course, a fellow nations man who did well to get it clear. In the meantime, Tottenham are on the attack down the left-hand side. Udogie, low ball into the box. It's cleared away just on the edge of the 6-yard area there by Boscogli. Really good defending from Brighton there. Good play by Tottenham as well down the left-hand side. Udogie was released, and still they've got the ball now, Tottenham. Here is Bentancur. I'm sure will offer a lot more stability in that central midfield. And he's been missing since early January. There's Rodrigo Bentancur. Last piece of action was the 86 minutes in a 3-2 defeat at Bournemouth. As the ball is thrashed over to that left-hand side, but it's go over Udogie's head, and it will be a Brighton throw on this near side. Well, we've played 5.5 minutes here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You're listening to live audio match commentary. If you have just tuned into us, a very good evening to you. It is Tottenham Hotspur 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. Here is Boscogli for Brighton. Shifts it over to that left-hand side, but it's poor ball in the end, really. Pascal Gross couldn't quite keep it in. And the ball goes out for a Tottenham throw. And Pascal Gross picked up his second assist in Brighton colours since moving back from Borussia Dortmund. And as Tottenham have possession again with, here is Van de Ven being forced all the way back to his goalkeeper Kinski. Out to that far right hand side. Ball goes back to Kinski now in his own penalty area. Here is Van de Ven. Oh, down the line to Udogie. Tries to twist and turn, and in the end it was Gomez who went through the back of him there. Diego Gomez, the Paraguayan, who actually scored on international duty for his country just a few weeks ago. 1-0 win over Greece. I'm sure that Brighton will be hoping he can repeat the feat this evening. As the ball is cleared by Kinski. And Gomez gets up and heads it forward into the middle of the park. It's a bit scrappy here in the opening stages between these two sides. And in the end it looks like there's going to be a free kick there to the Yellows. Or Yellows of Brighton. They take it quickly, but Tottenham have won it back. Here is Bentancur now, just 20 yards outside his own penalty area. Not quite where Tottenham, I'm sure, want to be at this present time, but Brighton are doing well to force them back. Done so. Back to Kinski, who clears it long, right-footed over the halfway line, down that right-hand side. Flick header. It's going to be picked up down this right-hand side for Tottenham. Here is Basuma. He's going to leave it now for Bentancur. He switches play. What a swift ball that is over to that left-hand side to Udogie. Simons and Udogie try to link up there, and that looks a free kick. It is. Foul on Udogie there. Nice little bit of combination between the two. And referee Stuart Atwell he's blown the whistle. And he is actually having a word with Van de Ven at the moment, so I'm not sure if Van de Ven's had a few words to say, whether he thinks a yellow card might be in the offing there, but looks like the referee is just having words with the Tottenham captain. So it will be a Tottenham free kick though. She's still quite a way out from this Brighton penalty area on this near left-hand side. A late lunge from Vifer, and then a late challenge by Gomez, so there were two in the midst of it. Actually Vifer's was worse, really. It was a sliding tackle, totally missed the ball. Hit the Dutchman, and over he went to the Tottenham man, but it will be a free kick then to Tottenham. A chance for Pedro Porro to deliver the ball into the box here. He's only got 2 assists so far in the Premier League this season, Pedro Porro. 6th last, but that's a great ball into Udogie. He's gone down, and they're wanting a penalty, Tottenham. Stuart Atwell waves away the appeals. Here is Conor Gallagher. Still Tottenham have possession on this left-hand side. Drifted in by Gallagher, headed away in the end by a Brighton head. Still might get into the box. Tottenham trying to throttle their way. There's a chance, is it? Mawani trying to get the shot in, and in the end, he fouls the Brighton player as he tries to clip the ball across the face of goal from that right-hand side of the area, and it will be a free kick to Brighton. What a lovely ball that was. Very quick by Pedro Porro, just clipped it over the back of the Brighton defence with his right boot. And Udogie, certainly off the training ground that one, got in front of Minte into the box. He went down under the challenge of Minte. Now VAR will of course take a look at this if they feel there's an appeal worth looking. The arm was in there from Minte. He's tugging his shirt, but is there enough contact? That's the big question. I'm not so sure there was, but how many times have decisions being overturned by VAR and by different people, and that's the that really is the big controversy, isn't it, in terms of it's who is in the VAR box, because there was a game last weekend where I think it was Mark Clattenburg was in, not in the VAR, but he was actually making a decision on one of the television programmes, and he believed that the decision was right, and yet VAR got involved and said it wasn't. So that tells you everything, doesn't it? It really does. A referee who has been doing it for years, and then probably people in the VAR who might not have been doing it for years, and just giving a different decision. It is all down to personnel, isn't it? They may as well just leave it with the referees. That's my certain opinion. But there you go. It is what it is. There's the header over the top. Tottenham trying to get on the attack. They won't do that, and the ball will go into the arms of Verbruggen in the Brighton goal, who will just take his time with his feet, as Brighton would love to do. And they used to do this under Roberto De Zerbi, didn't they? Very short passing out from the back, not afraid to keep the ball on the edge of their own area, wait for the right pass, and that's what they're doing now as they've beat the press. But Tottenham will pick it up with Basuma now driving forward down that right hand side. It's a good challenge by Vifat. Now Welbeck tries to slip it through. Minte made a brilliant run down the left hand side, but Tottenham do well and cut it out. They've given away possession. Here's Gomez now driving forward for Brighton, tries to play it into Welbeck. He's not going to get there, and Pedro Porro gets ahead of him and smashes the ball out for a throw in on that far left hand side. But well, Tottenham giving the ball away so cheaply there in the middle of the park. Saw them do that quite a few times last weekend against Sunderland. Just feels like they are still a little bit nervy. Of course, why not really? Because they are in a relegation battle, and at the moment, of course, if the Premier League table was to finish this evening, they would be relegated, wouldn't they? So they need to do something. Time is running out. In the meantime, Porro tries to slide in there, and he does win the ball successfully, knocks it off Minte. The ball will go out for a throw-in to Spurs on that far right-hand side, level with the penalty area. Christian Romero is here, watching his team. Looks very glum, though, in the stands. Actually got his nails in his mouth at the moment, from what we can see on the TV monitor, all about nail biting. He's feeling it, the Tottenham captain, and so I'm sure are the players, and especially the supporters at the moment. Here is Udogie on the left hand side, clips the cross, first time into the box, it's a decent one. The ball almost bounced its way through to Mawani there, but he couldn't quite get control of it, but he lets it go out for a corner to Tottenham on that far right hand side. Udogie's cross from the left, clipped off a Brighton man. It was Vifer, it was, off the head of him, and then the ball rolls out. Mawani just letting that go out for a corner. Well, a real chance for Spurs to try and put some attacking intent and give Brighton a problem here. It's going to be Xavi Simons to take it from this far right-hand side. What can they make of this? You've got Kevin Danso hovering about on the penalty spot. Bentancur just on the edge of the D. He's walking into the penalty area now. The arm is up. Where's it going to go? Simons to deliver it, right-footed. It's a floater towards the penalty spot. Headed back in there by Bentancur, but there's a foul in the midst of that, and there will be a free kick to Brighton. So a relief for the Seagulls. As the ball was arrowed in there, you can certainly see it was one of those training ground movements, but Mawani pushed over Vifer, and it will be a free kick to Brighton, who, as mentioned, are absolutely flying at the moment. In fact, the last time Brighton conceded a goal on the road was back on the 11th of February. And they've also enjoyed an excellent recent record against Tottenham as well, having lost just one of their last 5 against the North Londoners. As Tottenham trying to pick up the pieces in the middle of the park at the moment, but unable to do so. And looking for a free kick there, Bentancur in the centre circle. He's got it after a couple of little exchanges between the two. So Tottenham will have a free kick inside the centre circle. And Van Hecke, I think, who went through the back of the Spurs man. We played 16 minutes here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You're listening to live audio match commentary. It is Tottenham Hotspur 0, Brighton 0, Albion 0. Here is Kevin Danso, plays it first time. It's a poor ball, and Brighton again will pick up the ball in the middle of the park, but he goes out for a throw-in after all that. And so Brighton will be able to control possession. Here is Van Hecke down the left-hand channel. Put out well by Xavi Simons, plays it in there. That's a lovely ball over the top from Simons. Looking for the chase for Solanke, but in the end, the Brighton keeper, Verbruggen, comes out and comfortably gathers the ball. And Brighton will try and start again. Tottenham again pressing with 3 up front at the moment. So it seems Solanke, Mawani and Simons all trying to break through, and they've won it back. Here is Solanke now on that left-hand side, 20 yards outside the Brighton penalty area. Finds Basuma. Might be a shot on here in the end. He tried to play the ball through, and he's got a corner. It flicked off the heel of Van Hecke and goes behind for a Tottenham corner. Well, they were just playing it cautious there, and then Yves Basuma tried to speed it up with a spiral pass through the Brighton defence down this left-hand side. And he's got his side a corner. In the meantime, we have got a bit of a break in play before this corner is taken, because Diego Gomez is currently down receiving treatment. Looks like just before that, he and Udogie went up for a challenge. And the Brighton man has, fair to say, taken a bit of a whack. So he's just receiving treatment at the moment. It's Diego Gomez. Just to bring you up to date with the other Premier League scores that have now finished this evening. We haven't got another one, of course, a bit of a blockbuster, fair to say, isn't it? Chelsea against Manchester United. That kicks off later on, 8 o'clock UK time. In the meantime, it finished Brentford 0, Fulham 0. So that one goalless there. Newcastle were beaten at home to Bournemouth as well. Another team who's absolutely flying at the moment, aren't they? Newcastle United 1, Bournemouth 2. And then it finished Leeds United 3, Wolverhampton Wanderers 0. So Leeds firmly establishing themselves in the top flight, moving away from relegation trouble. But Wolves, of course, will be playing EFL Championship football next season, and they're still waiting for Gomez to get back to his feet at the moment. Brighton look like they're going to be making a change here. And Gomez appears to be unable to continue. So an early change for Brighton, or so it seems. Just waiting to see who that change will be. From what I can see on the bench, just looking in front of me, it looks like it's going to be Matoma who will enter the fray. It's a straightforward swap, really, isn't he? The Japanese midfielder. And Gomez looks like he will not be able to continue. So Karim Matoma looks like the man who will be coming on. Of course, he scored that goal, didn't he, for Japan in their 1-0 win over England back at the end of March. In terms of his club contributions, it's 2 goals and 1 assist for Karim Matoma in the Premier League so far this season. So I'm sure Brighton will be hoping he can produce maybe something else off the bench this evening. So in the meantime, it will be a corner to Tottenham Hotspur from this left-hand side. It's going to be delivered from Pedro Porro with the right foot. Here it goes towards the back post. Danso is up there. Good flick header by Viper. Comes to Simons, who puts it in there. Oh, and the ball goes just wide from Xavi Simons. Well, it was a tame, low right-footed volley on the edge of the D on this right-hand side. Took it on the chest, just steadied himself, hit the shot, and it deflects off. I think it's Solanke, and just veers inches wide of that far left-hand post. So ever closer there for Tottenham Hotspur, but they have got a corner, so it must have come off a Brighton player last. Porro to take the corner from this left-hand side. There it goes towards the back post. Header comes in there, still not away from Brighton. It's still in there. Shot comes in. It's over the bar from Kolo Muani. Well, Brighton just couldn't dig the ball out in the end. Again, it was a clever corner from Tottenham. Porro just floating it to the back post. The header back in from Danso. And then Brighton had 2 or 3 attempts to clear it. Came back out to Muani, and he could only hook the ball over the crossbar, and well over it went. But certainly an opportunity there for Tottenham, and Muani is shaking his head. He knows that that was an opportunity there for him. Of course, the man currently on loan till the end of this season from PSG. In terms of his stats, just the 1 goal and 1 assist so far in the Premier League. An assist coming in the 1-1 draw against Tottenham, and a goal, of course, coming, the only goal in that North London derby defeat to Arsenal. And Brighton have earned themselves a corner here on this right-hand side. Well, Tottenham just going to sleep a little bit there. The ball deflecting behind, so real opportunity here from the corner from this far right-hand side. It's going to be Minte to take it, left-footed, floats it to the back post. It goes over everybody's head though, and out for a goal kick to Tottenham. And Minte, the Gambian international, just puts his arm up as if to say, he should have done better really with that. 2 goals and 4 assists for the Brighton winger so far in this Premier League campaign. Here is Xavi Simons, takes the ball under control. Here come Tottenham now, attacking down the left-hand side. He's Solanke on the left-hand side. Look at the drive forward. Still going Solanke, looking for support. Still got the ball at the moment. Feeds it into Gallagher. Gallagher goes back to Basuma. Tottenham have it, midway point of the Brighton half. Now they go all the way back to Van der Ven, and they'll start again inside the centre circle. He shifts it over to Danso. Bentancur has to turn on the ball. Tries a little 1-2 with Gallagher. Has to go back again. Brighton do well. Force it all the way back. Now Basuma will attack down this left-hand side. Under pressure from Gross. Plays it in field. Now Bentancur. 23.5 minutes gone here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Still goalless between these two sides. And both goalkeepers really haven't been tested, it's fair to say. And now the ball will go back to Kinski in the Tottenham goal, who has tried to play the ball down the left-hand side, and there's a flag up against Solanke, I think, in the end. As referee's assistant flag is raised. Of course, Kinski, it's only his second Premier League appearance this season for the Czech Republic. Goalkeeper, I'm sure he'll be hoping he gets a lot more luck than he had under his previous head coach, who of course took him off, didn't he, in this Atletico Madrid game after just 17 minutes, which I thought was a little bit unfair, but there you go. It was of course the former Tottenham head coach Igor Tudor. Roberto De Zerbi has already come out and backed him. As Brighton will attack down the left-hand side. Here's Matoma, 1v1. That's a great sliding tackle by Porro. It will go out for a corner though for Brighton, and already Matoma showing those fresh heels, clean pair of heels down the left-hand side. Porro sliding in, and it will be a corner to Brighton. It's their second corner of the evening. So what can they make of this one here? Plenty of players hovering about. You've got Vaifa, of course he's a giant in himself, isn't he? The Brighton fullback, which is Vaifa, who scored those 2 goals last weekend in the 2-0 win over Burnley. He's hovering about again, ready to do it again, but the corner comes in. It's gone right on by the goalkeeper, and Kinski on his goal line punches the ball out for a throw-in on this near right-hand side. But what danger that was! A swirling corner. It's definitely going in there towards the far post. Kinski couldn't take any chances, and he was right to do that. It was a flapping punch really from the Tottenham keeper, but it goes out for a throw-in, and Brighton will have a throw right by this corner flag on the near right-hand side. Vaifa is going to throw it into the box, looking for support at the moment. Where's he going to go with it? Is he going to launch this ball in with a long throw? Goes for the short one. Back into the feet of Gross. Comes back to Vaifa. Clips it into the box. In it goes. Good header away by Kevin Danso there for Tottenham. A strong, powerful header towards the halfway line. But Brighton will look to attack again. And they try to play the ball through the lines, but Tottenham do well. Good interception by Basuma. And in the end, the ball is out. There's the one ball over the top, and Kinski's going to have to come for that, and he does, out of his D, and he clears the lines, but still Tottenham are under pressure. Here's Basuma, he's given the ball away, and here's Minter on the right-hand side now for Brighton. Cuts in with the left foot on the edge of the box, puts a low ball into the box, cleared away well by Porro, and then Minter, he's got it again, he's juggling into the penalty area. Great challenge in the end, and then in the end Gallagher goes down, and he's won Tottenham a free kick just outside the edge of the area. Oh, both sides squandering possession in a real piece of fear there. It started off with Brighton on the halfway line. They gave the ball away, then Tottenham gave it back to them, and then Brighton picked up the ball, gave it away again. Tottenham, Bentancur and Gallagher cheaply giving the ball away, and well, could have been a chance, but here come Tottenham attacking down the right hand side. Here is Gallagher, he's into the penalty area, he's won a corner there. Great work there by Conor Gallagher, and once again it was just a single ball over the top of the Brighton back line, just flicked over the top from Pedro Porro. 3 Brighton defenders nowhere near it. Gallagher into the area, down the right hand side, he cuts in, crosses with his right foot, the ball deflects off the Brighton man and goes behind for a corner. Oh, Conor Gallagher, of course, back in the Premier League now, having joined from Atletico Madrid in January. Well, Tottenham will have a corner then from this far right hand side. It's taken short into Gallagher on the corner of the penalty area. Low ball into the box. Van der Ven tries to control it, and in the end he fouls the Brighton man, and it'll be a free kick to Fabian Hürseler's side. Well, Van der Ven was just trying to control it on the penalty spot, tried to spin with his left boot there to get a shot away, and as he did, Vaifa took it off him, and then he clips Vaifa and down he goes. So it will be a free kick to Brighton inside their own penalty area, which they take quickly. But again, the ball is cheaply given away, and here's Xavi Simons for Tottenham, and tried to play it through to Solanke. Well, it's all about a hot potato here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Both sides, when they're getting the ball, they're being so careless in possession. As Brighton, again, have got to be careful here because Tottenham are pressing. They just about win it back there. Sliding tackle in the end from the Brighton man, Boscagli, who almost lost the ball on the halfway line. But here he comes, driving forward now. And that's a lovely ball down the right-hand side to Minte. Low ball into the box. Oh, it almost found Boscagli. He made a brilliant run inside the Tottenham penalty area. Not sure why he was doing so far up, but here come Brighton again. Attacking down the right-hand side. Here's Pascal Gross. Holds the ball up. Rolls it back into the feet of Gross. Here come Brighton again now on the ball. Midway point of the Tottenham half. Pfeiffer down the line to Minte now. 1v1 against Simons. Rolls it inside to Pfeiffer. Brighton have it, 10 yards outside the Tottenham penalty area here. Tottenham have got everybody back behind the ball. Here is Van Hecke, plays the ball into the box. Again, it's cleared away by a Tottenham player and Basuma, and they're just trying to see if they can flick it clear. But again, it's going to come back now because there's no Tottenham player up. They've got everybody back behind the ball there. And Brighton will try and seek possession on this left-hand side. Here is Matoma into the feet of Ayari. Out to the right to Van Hecke. Here come Brighton again now. Under pressure from Solanke this time. And they keep possession. Boscagli out to the left-hand side. Going to come back to the French defender, Olivier Boscagli. Man, of course, who joined from PSV. Back in the summer. Here come Brighton again, attacking down this near right-hand side. Minte plays it down the line. Pfeiffer gets the cross in. That's took a deflection, and that will be a corner. Basuma doing his defensive duties there, sliding in to block the cross from the right-hand side. He did well, it has to be said. And the ball goes behind for a corner. So a real opportunity here to try and get the ball into the box. 32 minutes on the clock here in North London. Tottenham 0, Brighton 0. The deadlock yet to be broken. Brighton looking to try and do it from this corner. Minte from the right hand side, left footed into the near post it goes, away by Basuma, but it's going to come back for Brighton. Matoma feeds it out to this right hand side to Matoma. Tries to spin inside. Minte with a cross towards the back post, and it comes in there. Chance for Brighton, now it's off the post and it's rolled along the line, and somehow it's cleared away. How has that ball not gone in? Well, I think the referee's assistant's got his flag up anyway, so I don't think it would have counted. But what a chance for Brighton there. Well, it was clever play by Minte down the right hand side. He cut in on his left foot, curls a beautiful high delivery towards the back post. The header is then down into the 6-yard area, and as the ball bounces once, it hits the post. Welbeck tries to force it in from the rebound. It flicks off his hook, goes right across the goal line, and somehow Tottenham are able to clear it. In fact, I'm not sure Van der Ven flicks it onto the post actually as he tries to clear it, but whatever the scrambling opportunity, Brighton have come within a lick of paint of taking the lead, and the referee's assistant was up anyway, so whether it would have counted anyway, we'll never know, will we, because the decision would have gone to VAR anyway. But what a chance for Brighton there, and here they come forward again now, rolling forward. That looked a foul there. It's Basuma, and I think it's the first yellow card. And it is, it's gone to Basuma. So Yves Basuma is in the book, but just seeing that opportunity again, it was Hinshelwood's header which clipped off the post. He got up so well at the back post, flicked the header towards goal, and in the end it flicked off the right hand post. And just seeing it again, it did click off Van der Ven on the way through as well, as he tried to slide in to deny Welbeck. But what an opportunity there for Brighton. They will feel confident. As for Tottenham, well, it could have been deja vu for them, couldn't it? In the meantime, it will be a free kick though to Brighton, 20 yards outside the Tottenham penalty area on this far right. Pascal Gross will look to lift it in with his right boot. Dinks in there, it's a great ball, header comes in, oh, Kinski's dropped it, and then he holds on to it at the second attempt. Well, it was Welbeck who got the header in there. A lovely flick of the foot there from the Brighton man, Pascal Gross. Just flicked it over the back of the Tottenham defence, and in went Welbeck with the header on the edge of the 6-yard area, but just doesn't get enough direction on it, and it's straight into the arms of Kinski, who at the time did flap at the ball, but he held on to it the second attempt. And so Tottenham once again have maybe got away with one there. And here come Brighton knocking the ball around beautifully. This is much better from Avian for the side as the ball is put through. There's a chance here. Oh, he's been shoved over in the box. Brighton are looking for a penalty there. Tottenham have cleared their lines, and in the end they get a free kick on the edge of the box. Stuart Atwell waving away the appeals once more. Well, I have to say there wasn't a lot of appeals from the Brighton players. Van der Ven's asking for a yellow card here. Let's have a look. Well, the ball was put through to Vifer. He got into the box, and it's a little arm on Vifer. Let's just see, was there enough in it to put him down inside the box? I'm not so sure there was. In the meantime, that was a real chance there again for Brighton, but just seeing the opportunity for Welbeck as well. Being shown that on the TV monitor, it was a brilliant flick of the ball from Pascal Gross, but Welbeck's headed straight into the arms. And, well, Brighton just seem to have picked up the tempo, and here they go again. The ball is put down the right hand side for Minte to chase. Good defending by Van der Ven though. He just gets there in the nick of time and clears it away down that left hand channel. Xavi Simons will try and chase that. He's gone down in the midst of that, and there's going to be a yellow card here for Vifer, I think. There is. So one each now on the booking collection. It was Xavi Simons who was driving forward down the left hand side of Vifer, just put his arm across him and took him down, and so it will be a free kick to Tottenham on this near right or near left hand side, which they look to take quickly. And there's the ball down the right hand channel. Looked a foul there actually on Pedro Porro, but the referee decides against it. Or has he given it? No, he has given it now. After all that, so Tottenham will have a free kick right on that far right-hand touchline, level with the centre circle. Porro feeds it into Danso. Tottenham moving the ball from right to left, over to Bissouma on that left side of a midfield three. Plays it back into the feet of Van der Ven. He then goes back to his goalkeeper Kinski. Three Brighton players are pressing, but Kinski will clip it forward down the left-hand channel. Ball will go over the back of Udogie. And seen to very comfortably by Van Hecke. Goes back to Verbruggen, and that will enable Brighton to feed the ball forward once more and keep possession as they have done. The last 10 minutes they've kept it very well indeed, and they have looked like the side that looks the most likely to open the scoring in this one. Still goalless here. You have just tuned in, you are listening to live audio match commentary. It is Brighton and Hove Albion, or Tottenham Hotspur 0, Brighton and Hove Albion 0 in this one. Of course, Tottenham are still missing 9 first-team players at the moment, including Romero and Kulusevski. Maddison, of course, though, he's back on the bench. Big boost for Roberto De Zerbi. Here is Solanke on the left-hand side. He gets into the penalty area, tries to hold it up. Looking for support, feeds it into Simons, who clips it into, then it comes in there, and Tottenham have scored! And it's Pedro Porro with the header into the back of the net! The joyous relief from the Tottenham supporters! Roberto De Zerbi does a little jiggle on the touchline! That could be a massive goal in the relegation fight for survival! And Pedro Porro pops up and heads the ball into the back of the net, and Tottenham draw first blood here And what a moment for Pedro Porro and the Tottenham players. And you can see the relief around. Well, it all starts with Solanke down the left-hand side. He gets into the penalty, he holds it up really well, feeds it back to Simons, who just turns on a sixpence and dinks it with his right boot high towards the penalty spot. And Pedro Porro beats Verbruggen as he gets to it and heads it past the Brighton keeper in a central position and into the back of the net it goes. Tottenham 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. And Pedro Porro gets his first Premier League goal of the season. He got 2 last season. And now he's off and running in this one. It's took him a while to do so. But now he certainly is. And what joy it was as well as he screamed out, did the Spaniard, to the Tottenham supporters. And what a time to score it as well, 5 minutes before the break. Although of course we will have a chunk of first half stoppage time, you would think, with the injury to Diego Gomez early on in this first half. Well, Roberto De Zerbi looking a little bit more comfortable now. And those Tottenham supporters who are waving those white flags, it looks like they've been given. But here come Tottenham again, attacking down the left-hand side. Solanke puts it into Simons. Great chance here, Simons off the post. Comes back, shot comes in, it's over the bar. Oh, Tottenham could have had a second in a matter of moments there. What a great opportunity. And again, it's Dominic Solanke coming in on that left-hand side. Well, he picked up the ball on this near side, on the halfway line, jinks past 2 players, and then slips it into Xavi Simons. A lovely spin on the ball, and he places it beautifully with his right foot from 8 yards out, and the ball clips off the far right-hand post before it is cleared. And then eventually it comes back to Porro and he blasts it over the bar. But what a chance for Tottenham there to make it 2-0. They've got a corner, so they've got a chance to put some more pressure on the Brighton goal. It's going to be Pedro Porro to deliver it. Right-footed. In it goes. It's punched away by Verbruggen. But it's not cleared convincingly. Simons is brought down. And he's got his side. Well, he's looking for the free kick. The referee's assistant actually flagged for the free kick. But the referee has said no. And to Xavi Simons' anguish, it is just a throw-in on that far right-hand side to Tottenham Hotspur. But just seen that again, Xavi Simons, what a lovely piece of spinning. Again, it was identical to what he did for the goal, really. He just spun the Brighton back line after Solanke had done some wonderful work down the left-hand side. He fed it into him, he spun on the ball and placed it with his right boot, and the ball flicks off the left-hand post. Or right-hand post, should I say. But what a chance for Tottenham to make it 2-0. Now that would have been a real complexion change, wouldn't it? Going in at half-time, 2 goals to the good. But as it was, the ball came off the post and it remains 1-0. So Brighton will just fear a little bit of relief, I think it's fair to say. Here is Porro for Tottenham, down the right-hand channel. 1-2, then he flicks the ball high over to that left-hand side. Udogie's got it. Oh, he's got through. Udogie, it's into the penalty area. Chance here. Great challenge by Van Hecke. Just come through the Tottenham wing back there to get the ball off him in the nick of time, because Udogie was driving forward down that left-hand side, and he just headed the ball through the 2 Brighton defenders. He got inside the area and it was flicked clear in the end. Well, a Tottenham victory would take them up to 16th place in the Premier League, a point clear of West Ham United, who would drop back into the bottom 3. So it would be a huge confidence boost for Spurs, but there's a long way to go in this, isn't there, yet? And I'm sure Roberto De Zerbi will not want to or need to be reminded of that. West Ham, of course, play on Monday night. They're away at Crystal Palace. But Tottenham if they can hold on to this, we'll be delighted. As for Brighton, well, they'll be disappointed really, because they started this, I should have said the last 10 or 15 minutes certainly were in the game, playing some lovely football and looking like they might be the side to open the scoring, hitting the woodwork themselves, but it's Tottenham that lead, and we are approaching the interval now. It's a great chance for Brighton to go 6th, isn't it, tonight, if they were to turn this around. Here is Minte, tried to play the 1-2, a sliding challenge there from Pascal Gross, and he's trying to tell his players to calm down a little bit there. And he was the one that was firing on with the challenge there, sliding tackle. But we've got 5 minutes then of stoppage time to play in this first half. If you have just tuned in, you're listening to live audio match commentary. It is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 0. As Tottenham will come forward with Van de Ven. Right over the challenge, Solanke slips it forward, and Udogie's just strayed offside there. But once again, Solanke causing real problems down that left-hand side. It looks like Simons is in the middle, so Tottenham are playing 3 up front, but you've got Xavi Simons as the number 9 really. Solanke is wide left, and then Mawani on the right. But whatever De Zerbi has done so far with that change, it is certainly working wonders at the minute, because Brighton are just not being able to handle Solanke. And it'll be interesting to see what Fabian Hürseler has to say to his team at half-time, won't it? Because before the Tottenham goal, they weren't doing too badly. Now they're trailed by a goal to nil. It'll be a real change of words, I'm sure. In the meantime, here come Brighton, trying to get the ball just outside the Tottenham penalty area, Vifer, but nicked away from him in the midst of that, and Tottenham will try and attack down the left-hand side, but Brighton again winning the ball back there. Is Minte, flicks it into the midfield. Gallagher picks it up for Tottenham. Simons has gone down in the centre circle. Referee waves away the appeals for a free kick though for Tottenham. And now Brighton shift the ball out to the right-hand side. Here is Pascal Gross, first on cross into the box, looking for Welbeck, nods it back. Could be a chance here for Brighton. The chance has gone for the moment. They shift it out back to Gross on the right-hand side. Space for the cross. High ball pinged in. Chance for the volley. Oh, what a goal for Brighton! That is a brilliant goal from Karim Matoma. He's equalised for the Seagulls. A flying left foot volley into the top right corner. It might have clipped off the bar and gone in. Well, Tottenham just gave Pascal Gross a little bit more room than maybe he should have been awarded. And he pinged in a high ball towards the back post. And there's Matoma waiting to pounce at the back post. Hits it first time on the left foot with the volley. And the ball ricochets off the bar and ends up into the back of the net. But that is a sweet volley from Matoma. You can certainly argue the Tottenham defending, though. They have left him completely free on the back stick. But Matoma won't give a jot, will he? All he's got to do is make the connection on the edge of the 6-yard area on that left-hand side, and that's exactly what he does. A crisp volley in off the bar, and Brighton are level here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So that once again changes proceedings, doesn't it, going in at half-time? And Fabian Hürseler will be absolutely delighted, I'm sure, that his Brighton side are back on level terms, and here they come again. Here is Welbeck on the turn, holds it up, feeds it out to Gross, who produced a beautiful purling cross for the goal. Into the centre circle to Vifer, feeds it in. He was looking for Hinshelwood, he's found it, and here come Brighton on the attack again. Matoma into the area, down the left-hand side, looking for support, rolls it back, could be a chance on goal. Hinshelwood back to Vifer, but Udogie does well and dispossesses it for Tottenham. And well, once again there, Brighton suddenly finding their mojo again, rolling the ball so sublimely when they get it, and when they are in the mood, you have to say, they are a team to watch, aren't they, Brighton? And they were doing exactly what we know they can do there. Quick, crisp passing on the eye, trying to break through the lines of the Tottenham back line. At that time, unable to do so. Just one pass off it. Give credit to Tottenham. They did the bit there. And so we are now back on level terms, 1-1, and of course means Tottenham are back in the bottom three, just a point adrift of West Ham United. So they would be back into relegation trouble. As for Brighton and Hove Albion, well, a draw for them, if it was to remain as it was, would move them up to 9th place. And the substitute, Karu Matoma, then, is the man who has got back on level terms. The ball is flicked over to that left-hand side. Matoma will control it. Comes forward for Brighton. Feeds it out to this left-hand side now. As for Brighton to get the ball into the box, which they do. Swipped in, the header comes in! It's just over from Hinchelwood. Well, he came from nowhere there. The ball's flicked in from the left-hand side. And Hinchelwood, well, it was a great delivery from Kadioglu, it has to be said. Just flicked it in with the left foot, and the ball is headed over the bar. And that, in fact, is the final piece of action at half-time here. Half-time score, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Brighton 1. Tottenham taking the lead through Pedro Porro's header. But Karu Matoma, the substitute, who came on for the injured Gomez, has equalised with a fine left-foot volley in off the bar. It's all on as even at the break. Half-time score here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Tottenham Hotspur 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. We'll be back in 15 minutes to make sure. Welcome back to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, where it is currently Tottenham Hotspur 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. And we're just in the second half is getting underway here. Doesn't look like there's been any changes from what we can see. Tottenham kicking towards the right hand side of the goal, Brighton towards the left hand side. Tottenham taking the lead, of course, through Pedro Porro before substitute Kaoru Mitoma's equaliser on the stroke of half time, and that's where we are at the moment as Tottenham will have possession in their white shirts, dark blue shorts and white socks. Brighton in all yellow today, their away colours, yellow shirts, yellow shorts and yellow socks. And just run you through the two teams again. From a Tottenham perspective, it's Kinski in goal, Porro, Danso, Van der Ven and Udogie make up the back four. Gallagher, Bentancur and Bissouma the midfield three, with Mawani, Solanke and Simons in attack. As for Brighton, Verbruggen in goal, Viper, Van Hecke, Boskagli and Kadioglu, Gross and Ayari the midfield two, with Gomez, Hinshelwood and Minte supporting Welbeck up front. As Brighton will get themselves a free kick on this far right hand side, and they'll look to take it now. Here's Pascal Gross with the cross, in it goes, and the header is flicked over the bar by Van Hecke. Certainly a half an opportunity, you would have to say, there for Brighton. It was swerved in by Pascal Gross with his right boot, who's already got an assist to his name. It's the first half cross to Mitoma. Van Hecke couldn't quite get his neck muscles right, and the header goes over the bar. And, the Dutchman is under pressure. Would have been. He's got 3 Premier League goals so far this season as the big defender. So certainly hovering up the numbers for a centre half. In the meantime, here comes Tottenham. Here's Simons on the left hand side. He cuts the ball into the box, but it goes over everybody's head and goes out for a goal kick. Well, you wonder what Roberto De Zerbi has had to say to his Tottenham side after they, of course, went in front and let the lead slip. We'll see if they were to win this one, it would be a final nail in the coffin for Rob Edwards' side, with confirming Wolves' relegation from the Premier League. As Danso clears the ball out from the right hand side there, so it'll be a throw in to Brighton on this far right hand side. The ball was winged in there by Minte, lovely low ball into the box, but well cleared away by Kevin Danso. So it's going to be a throw in on the far right hand side to Brighton. It's level with the Tottenham penalty area. It's going to be Viper to take it. Throw it in there. Pascal Gross maybe. Minte's hovering about as well on that right hand touch line. They're going to throw it into the box. Is Viper going to go for the long one? Looks like he's going to try and throw it into the box. That's good play by Hinshelwood. Holds it up, gets it out to the right hand side. Still Brighton attacking down this right hand side. Can they get the ball into the box? Minte spins away from one and another. He's still got it. Rolls it back into the feet of Boskagli, who flicks the ball over to that right hand channel. Here's Pascal Gross now. Back into Minte, lovely play from Brighton, great play, Ayari's shot, it's a hand of a Tottenham player, and again, 2 strikes of the ball there. They were looking for handball. Well, VAR I'm sure will take a look. Atwell's waved it away for the minute, the referee, but here come Brighton again. Mitoma, 1v1, gets past his man, to the byline, low ball into the box, and Bentancur almost took it into his own goal there, and it flicks off his foot and into the arms of the grateful Kinski in the Tottenham goal. But let's have a look at this on the monitor. We're just being shown it now. Good play by Brighton. Lovely football down the right hand side, and the ball came out to Ayari on the edge of the D. Fired it in with his right foot, and I'm not so sure if it looked like it hit the shoulder of the Tottenham man and was cleared away. So, but it will be a corner to Brighton from this left hand side. Real chance to deliver the ball into the box. We've played just under 5 minutes of the second half. Still 1-1 here. I've just tuned in. You're listening to live audio match commentary. There's the corner. Floated to the back post. Headed back in by Mitoma. And Tottenham get it away. Well, there's certainly been a lot of those similar corners from both sides, it's fair to say, where they've floated it to the back post, and both teams have been guilty of falling asleep really and not picking up the man at the back post. But that was another situation, an example there where it was Brighton this time who had a free man on the far stick. But here is Pascal Gross, down the line it'll go to Matoma now, looking to take on his man, the man who got the equalising goal in the first half. Here's Pascal Gross again for Brighton. They've got the ball midway point of the Tottenham half, down this left hand channel. Matoma plays it back to Gross. Gross wants to flick it infield. Lovely football, tight football from Brighton, and Matoma's gone down, and it's a free kick to Tottenham. As he falls to the floor, he puts his hand on the ball, and Stuart Atwell doesn't deem it a free kick to Brighton, and instead he awards Tottenham the set piece. And I have to say, I think they're right really. The referee's got that one right, because Matoma fell on the ball, and so Tottenham will have possession. Here is Bentancur. What has Roberto De Zerbi said to his Tottenham side? What has he gone for? There's no change in personnel, there's no change in the system from what we can see. Solanke still on that left hand side, who was a real threat, it's fair to say, with Xavi Simons playing in that number 9 role, which I think surprised Brighton when they changed it. Here is Basuma now, flicks it out to the right hand side to Gallagher. Gallagher picks it up for Tottenham now. Down the line it'll go to Mawani. Mawani 1v1. He gets past his man. He's galloped into the area. Here's Mawani. Pulls it back. Chance for Porro. Can't quite get it onto his right foot to shoot. Comes back to Gallagher. Puts the ball in low, but it's cleared away there by the Brighton defender, Boscagley. And so it will be a throw-in on this near right-hand side. In the meantime, Stuart Atwell is going over to reward a yellow card. I think it's Roberto De Zerbi, the Tottenham head coach, who's been shown it. Yes, it is. So a few words maybe just a little over the top. Well, he does, he's a very passionate man, isn't he, Roberto De Zerbi? We saw that in his Brighton days, and he's showing that with his Tottenham head coach head on there. But it will be a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur, level with the Brighton penalty area on this near right hand side. Kevin Danso will get ready to launch it, thrown in by the Austrian towards the edge of the 6-yard box, flicked away by the head of Van Hecke. Had to get it right, and he did. The ball is arrowed down the left hand channel. Minty tries to keep it in, but he can only backheel it straight to Mawani. Here are Tottenham again. Porro with a flip ball over the back of the Brighton defence, looking for Solanke. Oh, he's got there, and well, I think he got the header just ahead of Verbruggen, but as he did, the ball flicked up in the air and it was caught by Verbruggen. But the Brighton keeper, could have been a egg on your face moment there, and as luck would have it, he got away with it. And here are Brighton in possession, just inside the centre circle. Here is Van Hecke, shifts it out to the left hand side, and Brighton have had 58% possession to Tottenham's 42 so far. In this second half, that is. Here is Pascal Gross, back into the feet of Boscagley. He then rolls it over to the right hand side, Van Hecke. Low ball looking for Hinshelwood, but it's cut out by Basuma. Tottenham will pick up possession now. Here's Bentancur. Not been seen too much on the ball, Bentancur, but he's doing well there. Good footwork there from the Argentine, who of course has been missing since early January. Back in the fold again. Here is the Uruguayan midfielder again, back inside the centre circle. Shifts it out to the right hand side to Xavi Simons. Back to Danso. Tottenham moving the ball around, trying to get forward. In the end it goes back to the goalkeeper. Here is the Tottenham keeper, Kingscott. Lifts it high over the Brighton back line. Mawani's looking to get ahead of Kadioglu, does well though, the Brighton man. Just gets in his way, stops him from going any further. Ferdy Kadioglu. the Turkish fullback who actually scored on international duty in a 1-0 win over Romania last month. He's only scored one Premier League goal for Brighton, in which is now his 38th Premier League appearance in total for the Seagulls. Of course, came from Fenerbahce. Yes, Tottenham do well, win the midfield battle there. And back to the goalkeeper it'll go. He's Bentancur on the edge of the D. Shifts it out to the right-hand side. Now Tottenham can move forward with Kevin Danso. He's got Porro on the right, making a great run. If he can shift it to him, he does as well. He gets it to him. Keeps it in, does Porro. He's going on a driving run down the right-hand side. Here he is. Ball into the box, into the 6-yard area. Flicked away by Van Hecke. Headed back in by Gallagher. Away by Van Hecke. Mwani's trying to pick up the loose ball inside the area. Gets it back to Gallagher. Oh, he's gone down. They won a penalty, Tottenham. Atwell waves away the appeals. Well, there's been a few of those today, fair to say. A few half appeals. Let's have a look at this. Gallagher, well, he skips over the one challenge and then the second challenge. It is a dive from Conor Gallagher. Well, more of a jump, I think, than anything, just to ride the tackle. And he fell to the floor, but there was nothing in it. In the meantime, Tottenham are going to be making their first change of the evening. Looks like it's going to be two changes, actually. Yves Bissouma is going off and Archie Gray is coming on, and Kolo Muani is also going off, and in his place is Matthias Tell. So Tottenham making the two changes. We'll have to see what kind of advantage change that will make now in terms of this. And Matthias Tell, of course, the Frenchman, can play out wide, can play up front as well. 3 Premier League goals so far this season. He'd love to put up that tally. As ball goes back to Kevin Danso, out to this near right hand side to Porro, chips it towards the centre circle. It doesn't reach it. Headed back into trouble there. Brighton trying to pick up the loose ball on the halfway line, but again it's going to go out for a throw-in on this near side. Ball is going to be rolled back there, and then Tottenham trying to put under pressure. I think it was Conor Gallagher there, and he did well actually. Just threw himself into the goalkeeper's challenge, deflected over the crossbar, and so the real opportunity there, but they couldn't quite make the most of it. In the meantime, as the ball cleared forward over the halfway line, Danso heads it into the centre circle. Brighton will pick up the pieces. Near they come down the right hand side. The ball is slipped through. It was looking for Hinshelwood there. He was trying to get on the end of a challenge, or get on the end of a ball, should I say, but it's a good challenge by Van der Ven to deny it. Now Brighton will try again, as they have the ball inside the centre circle at the moment. Here is Pascal Gross. Gross tries to play the 1-2. Then he goes out to the left-hand side. Good football by Brighton. Out to the left-hand side to Matoma. Trying to take on his man. Beats one, beats two. Roads 2 challenges. Now Mwani tries to get in as well. Gallagher, it's a right battle there in the middle of the park. Brighton pick it up with Kadioglu on this left-hand side. Rolls it in field. Now a chance for Kadioglu again. Matoma. Here he is on the left-hand side for Brighton. They're going to take on. He's got 2 Tottenham players to beat. Is he going to roll it in field? Goes on a run on the outside into the penalty area. Good play there by Porro. Just shielded the ball out for a throw-in. So we have hit the hour mark here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You're listening to live audio match commentary, and it is currently 1-1 here. Where it is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. As the ball is fished forward into the centre circle, and here come Tottenham again, attacking down the left-hand side. Now Van Hecke will pick it up for Brighton. He will walk into the centre circle, rolls it out to that left-hand side. Here is Matoma, who controls it. Down the line it'll go. Brighton trying to get on the attack there. Pascal Gross doesn't control it. Ball goes out for a throw-in. And it will be a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur on this near side. So a chance for them to get the ball forward here. Pedro Porro looking for options at the moment. Tottenham 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. You're listening to live audio match commentary here. And, well, a draw doesn't do either side any good, really, in terms of their ambitions for Europe and survival. Here is Gallagher on the turn. We're going to try and get away from two challenges. Now Porro rolls it back to the goalkeeper Kinski, out to the left-hand side to Van der Ven. He rolls it down the line. Here comes Tottenham again. Archie Gray, who's, of course, come on as a substitute. Feeds it into Mawani. He's going on a driving run. He goes down. Referee says no. Here's Van Hecke for Brighton. Feeds it out to the right-hand side. Minte now. 1v1 against Archie Gray. Rolls it down the right-hand channel. And again, there's a bit of a falling down. Well, I have to say, there's certainly been a lot of slippage and players going down on the floor this evening. I don't think I've quite seen so many, actually, in the midst of that. But fair play to Stuart Atwell. He's letting the game flow. And that's what we like to see, isn't it? We do like to see games flow. We like to see a lot of football instead of stop-start. So credit to him for that. As Udogie tries to turn away, but he's put his arm in the face there of Vifat as he tried to turn. So he's given away a free kick. So chance for Brighton to get the ball forward. See whether they can give Tottenham some problems here. And Van Hecke is having words, or should I say Stuart Atwell is having words with Van Hecke there, but it's a free kick to Brighton. Just inside the Tottenham half on that far right-hand side. Here is Van Hecke. Goes for the right-footed punt over to that left-hand side. Matoma takes it under control brilliantly, and he tries to drive past Pedro Porro. Porro does well for Tottenham, but Brighton have got it back. Here's Welbeck, Hinshelwood. They're on the attack down the right-hand side. Minte now cuts in on the left foot. Still got it, Minte, and Mawani does really well. Bustles in with a challenge and wins it back there. But still not away, and the ball is bobbling about inside the Tottenham penalty area, but Van der Ven sees to it and clears it down the left-hand channel, and then there's a foul surely, and there is this time. Van Hecke just going through the Tottenham man, and I'm not sure if he'll pick up a yellow card, will he, for this? But Stuart Atwell's gone over to him to have a little word with the Brighton central defender, and I think that's all it is. When he was booked last weekend was Van Hecke in the 2-0 win at Burnley. It was his 8th yellow card of the season, so he has got to tread carefully. He doesn't get to that number 10. In the meantime, here come Brighton now attacking on that right hand side. Minte puts it down the line, crossing from Gross, decent ball, headed away there by Kevin Danso. But it's only for a throw into Brighton on this near left-hand side. But great play there by the visitors. Down the right-hand side it went. Clipped in cross by Pascal Gross, but Kevin Danso powers a header away. But it's not over yet. And so Fabian Hursulat is on his mobile phone, would you believe? I wonder who he's talking to. You would only assume that it's to do with a bit of tactics, but you don't see that very often, do you? A head coach on an actual mobile phone, but there you go. Here is Van Hecke for Tottenham. Maybe it's his partner, if he has got one, saying, "What you got for tea?" But here come Brighton then, on the left-hand side. As the ball is put into the edge of the D there. Lovely play by Brighton, and he's gone down as Kadioglu, and that's a free kick there to Brighton, and Stuart Atwell's going to get the yellow card out, and he does that. Straight out to Kevin Danso. Well, he just had a handful of Danny Welbeck, lovely flick through, by the way, from Welbeck, and as he did so, let's just have a look at this. It was a little 1-2 between Matoma and Welbeck on the edge of the Tottenham area down the left-hand side, and as the ball came back to Matoma, Danso got in his way, and it's a real opportunity here for Brighton. It's a dangerous position. It's 20 yards from the Tottenham goal, slightly left of centre, so it's a real opportunity for a shot on goal here. So Tottenham are going to have to be wary of this. 65 minutes gone, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. But Brighton have a free kick in a very dangerous position, and we all know what Danny Welbeck can do. He's got 12 Premier League goals so far this season as Welbeck, and of course he is 35 years of age now, isn't he, the Brighton captain? And who knows, maybe he could play himself into contention for the England squad, the World Cup squad. You just never know, do you? You never know. But a real chance here for Brighton, and he will certainly do his chances no harm if he's to deliver this free kick. Bit of experience up front maybe, but what can he do from this with his right foot? Danny Welbeck. There's a 5-man wall for Tottenham. He's going to step up and take this 20 yards from the Tottenham goal. Here is Welbeck, goes for it, hits the wall, and it's whacked away by Archie Gray. Well, I think he knows he should have done better, Danny Welbeck. A little the head is down towards the ground. And you can certainly see from his facial expressions that he should have done a little bit better there. But give credit to the Tottenham wall, they stood firm and they blocked the free kick. So in the meantime, Tottenham are going to be making another change here. Rodrigo Bentancur has gone off and João Palhinha comes on, so a straight swap really in the midfield. Well, Rodrigo Bentancur, it's his first piece of action since early January, so it's understandable really. He's played 66 odd minutes, and it's now a chance for Palhinha to come on and take his place. But in the meantime, here is Solanke, holds the ball up for Tottenham down that right hand channel, feeds it into Gallagher, and now Tell has it. Chance here, cross in, right footed, it goes over everybody's head, but it's going to come out to Udogie on this left hand side, who recycles it, feeds it into Simons now. Lovely 1-2, Palhinha, Simons, great chance here, into the penalty area, the shot is blocked at the near post, comes back to Palhinha, oh, the shot is pushed away by Verbruggen in the Brighton goal. Oh, what a fine save by the goalkeeper there. Well, first it was lovely football by Brighton. Simons gone into the area down the left-hand side. His shot was blocked brilliantly by Van Hecke. But as it came out to Palhinha on the edge of the D, central position, he takes control, fires it back in with his right foot. And that is a brilliant save. It's straight down the throat of the Brighton keeper, but he still has to put his two hands out to parry it out for a throw-in on this far right-hand side. So it will be a corner to Tottenham now on this far right hand side, so a chance for Pedro Porro to deliver the ball into the box here. What can he do? Flicks it high towards the back post. There's the header in, and I think there's a foul, and Stuart Atwell has awarded a free kick to Brighton, so the attack has gone for the moment. Well, Roberto De Zerbi making the changes. 3 changes so far. Just the one attacking change really in terms of Matthias Tell. They have still got, of course, James Maddison, who they could bring off from the bench, Richarlison. And not forgetting, of course, they have already put on Matthias Tell, but Lucas Bergvall may be the other one as well. So there are still plenty of attacking options if they are required. In the meantime, Brighton are holding Tottenham very firmly. 1-1 here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It wouldn't be enough to get Tottenham out of the bottom 3 this evening. And so in terms of that, for Brighton, well, it would move them up to 9th place. So We'll wait and see what comes of this. We've now got 20 minutes remaining in this game. Nicely poised. Here is Van Hecke for Brighton. Rolls it through the centre circle, out to the left-hand side to Pascal Gross. Gross is being put under pressure by Mawani. Gets it back though. Brighton still have possession inside the centre circle. The ball is rolled in to Matoma on this left-hand side. Brighton are going to be making a double substitution in a moment. I can just see the two players in front of me on the touchline. So we'll bring that to you in just a moment. Looks like it's going to be Matt O'Reilly as one of them. And I'm not sure if it's Jorginho Ruta as well, but we'll keep our eyes firmly on that. In the meantime, here is Pascal Gross. Feeds it inside to Van Hecke into the centre circle. Gross back into Van Hecke, who's moving forward like a central midfielder. He's got such ball-playing skills, hasn't he? Chance here for Welbeck. Here he is into the edge. Chance for Welbeck. Oh, saved by the keeper's legs. Well, he had a flick of it, Welbeck. Didn't think he was going to get there. Two Tottenham defenders were in the way. He managed to get a flick to it, and the ball came off the legs of the Tottenham keeper, Kinski. What a chance there for Brighton. In the meantime, Gross tries to play the ball forward, looking for Welbeck again, who, it's fair to say, has been relatively quiet, Danny Welbeck, in this game so far. Not had too much to chomp off. He almost had something to get onto there. And 2 bites to the cherry. He may well have put Brighton in front there. But in the meantime, here comes Tottenham galloping forward down the left-hand side. It's going to be Simons on the ball. He cuts in field. Pass one, pass two. He's gone down, and no free kick again. Well, that's 3 or 4 times Xavi Simons has gone to ground, and the referee has ignored it. I'm not so sure that was the right decision, but here's Minte at the other end for Brighton. Down the left-hand side, he's into the penalty area. Great cross into the box, but it's clasped well by the Tottenham keeper. He gets there on the edge of the 6-yard area and catches it comfortably. In the meantime, here comes Tottenham. Here's Archie Gray on down the left-hand channel. It does appear that Brighton are going to be making a double substitution. O'Reilly and Ruta are standing on that touchline just in front of us. Here is Pedro Porro for Tottenham Hotspur. Feeds it down the right-hand channel to Tell. Tell back to Pedro Porro. Porro now has to go all the way back to Mickey van der Ven. Tottenham will start again. Bentancur, of course, he's off the field. Polinia clips the ball over the back of the defence. He's going to find Tell. Right hand side. Pulls it back to Gallagher. He's still got it inside the area, trying to get a shot away. Still Gallagher. Skips past 2 challenges. He's gone down, but it was more of a case of trying to keep the ball from going out for a goal kick than anything else there. And that's better from Tottenham. Matthias Tell it was who flicked the ball with his right boot into the path of Gallagher, but he just couldn't quite get the strike on goal. And so a real opportunity there. And in the meantime, it's Matoma, who I think is in a bit of trouble here by the looks of it. So he's gone to ground as Karu Matoma. And of course he came on for Diego Gomez in the opening 20 minutes or so of the first half after Gomez went down injured. Scored the equalising goal, and now it looks like he might be coming off as well. So he's certainly not moving as swiftly as he would. In the meantime, Danny Welbeck is going to be one of those to go off. So Welbeck is off, and on in his place is Jorginho Ruta, the former Leeds United man, of course. And Matt O'Reilly is on as well. So O'Reilly and Ruta are on for Brighton. In fact, it's 3 substitutes. Welbeck, Hinshelwood and Matoma are going off the field. And Ruta, O'Reilly and De Kuyper are on. So those are the changes. What will this difference make? Also, O'Reilly's been through the mill himself, hasn't he? He's had injury problems galore since he moved to Brighton, and he just hasn't been able to get himself fit or right, really. But of course, he had a spell, didn't he, with Marseille earlier in the season as well, on loan. So it looks like Tottenham are going to be making a substitute as well. It's a double one for them. So Conor Gallagher is coming off, and well, Tottenham, it would be their fourth change, and I think they're making a fifth one as well. So all 5 changes to the pump. Jed Spence will come on for Tottenham. So on he comes, and Conor Gallagher is off. Conor Gallagher and Udogie are off, and Bergvall is also coming on. So Bergvall and Spence are on, and those are the changes. So let's wait and see what happens here as the clock ticks down. 15 minutes to go. Tottenham 1, Brighton 1, but here is Xavi Simons into the penalty, goes for the strike. Oh, what a brilliant strike from Xavi Simons! That is an absolute blockbuster from the Dutchman. He picks up the ball down the left-hand side, cuts in and fires an absolute thunderbolt with his right foot. The ball clips the far right post and hits the back of the net. It's Tottenham Hotspur 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. And what a way to get a goal. Xavi Simons, well, he's had his ups and downs, hasn't he, since he moved to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. There's nothing up and down about that. It's pure upward stuff, it really is. That's his second Premier League goal of the season, and what a goal that is. An absolute beauty from Xavi Simons, and he takes the applause of his teammates, the Tottenham supporters. They enjoyed that. He takes his shirt off in celebration, so I would think he'll probably pick up a yellow card as well. But Bergvall it was who won the ball. Van Hecke came out with it. Bergvall wins it back. Brilliant high press from him. Give credit to him, who's just come on. He's literally just come on, Bergvall. Fed it into Xavi Simons. He's down the left-hand side. He cuts in and he curls a beautiful right foot shot from 20 yards out, and the ball arrows in off the right-hand post and into the back of the net. And it is Tottenham Hotspur 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. And of course, it would move Spurs out of the relegation zone tonight and would take them up to 16th place, 1 point clear of the dreaded drop. But it would also relegate Wolverhampton Wanderers as well. So it has its permutations. But for Tottenham, it is all about them, isn't it? It is all about staying in the Premier League. And Roberto De Zerbi might well be picking up his first victory as head coach. But there's still time to go yet. And Brighton have more than played their part in this one. We've got 12 minutes remaining. It is Tottenham Hotspur 2, Brighton and Hove Albion 1. And Spurs have got their lead back after they had it wiped out within 6 minutes in the first half. And now they're on the attack again. And here is Spence, slips it through to Tell, and it's Solanke. And the shot is blocked by Van Hecke. It's gone behind for a corner. Well, the Tottenham supporters are on their feet once more. They feel like they can usher maybe another goal to just give them that comforting setting. But they'll have a corner from this far right-hand side and give Brighton some problems to worry about once more. It's going to be Pedro Porro with the corner from the far right-hand side. He's going to float this in with his right boot. Takes it short out to the edge of the area. Simons returns it to Porro. Here he is, 2 Brighton players to beat. Gets the cross in, it'll go out for a throw in to Tottenham. Right by the corner flag on this near right-hand side. And I think they've just about come down after that beautiful strike from Xavi Simons. And he has got it in his locker. He certainly showed that kind of possess, which is what really got him to Tottenham Hotspur in his RB Leipzig days, where he would do it for fun there. But Tottenham will have a throw on this near right hand side. Bergvall launches the throw in there. Solanke looks to flick it on at the near post, but it's good goalkeeping by Brighton. Verbruggen punches away. Only as far as Bergvall again, slips it down the line on this right hand channel. Porro returns it to Bergvall, tries to take on his man. It'll go out for a throw in on that near side to Brighton. Well, Fabian Hürseler, this Brighton side, they've been on a fantastic run, it's fair to say. Won 5 of their last 6 league games. Is it coming to an end here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium? But more importantly, is Tottenham's 14-game run coming to an end? 14 games without a victory. It just might well be. Well, they will certainly hope so. You know, those Tottenham supporters. Of course, you have to go all the way back to 2025 for Tottenham's last league victory. It was a 1-0 win at Crystal Palace just before the new year. So it's quite incredible to think, isn't it, that Tottenham are yet to win in the Premier League in 2026. Maybe this is the moment, maybe this is the chance that they will take. And of course it sends a message, doesn't it, for the teams down in relegation trouble, that Tottenham are not done yet. And West Ham United will of course be having a weary eye over that. They in fact go to Crystal Palace on Monday night. So, it will be all change then. In the meantime, it looks like Brighton are going to be making their final change of the evening. We'll let you know about that. In the meantime, here's Tell for Tottenham from the right hand side, but his low ball is straight into the arms of the Brighton keeper. Verbruggen just collects it very comfortably. And it looks like Brighton are making a substitution, so on is going to come Charalampos Kostoulas, the 18-year-old Greek striker, making his 17th Premier League appearance of the season. He's got 2 league goals this season, so I'm sure he'll be hoping to try and get on the end of it, as his second Premier League goal came in a 1-1 draw with Bournemouth back in January. As Brighton have given away a free kick here, the ball flung into the box. They couldn't get any connection on it. Kinski actually did, and as he punched it away, he was driven into by the man I was just talking about, actually, the Brighton substitute, Kostoulas. So first piece of action he's had to do is plunge into the goalkeeper of Tottenham, and it will be a free kick to Spurs when we get going in a moment. But in the meantime, Xavi Simons has just gone down here. I'm not sure what the problem will be, but I'm sure Tottenham will be wishing and hoping that there's no further issues to the treatment table. It's currently still got plenty of first team players out, at least 8 that you count, but James Maddison is back on the bench this evening. I wonder if he'll get a minute or two to come onto the field. Well, Tottenham in fact have made all 5 substitutes now, so that definitely won't be happening. And Brighton have as well, so both sides having made their full bench. And Tottenham still lead by 2 goals to 1. We've got 6 minutes to go here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It would be a huge victory, wouldn't it, for Spurs? For Brighton, it was just little dent in their Europa League hopes, but It is so tight, that Premier League table, isn't it, in terms of Europa League places at the moment, that they are still well and truly in the battle for that. Even if it's not the Europa League, the Conference League is still well and truly there as well. But in the meantime, here come Brighton attacking down that far right-hand side, and able to get the ball loose, but fed out to the left-hand side. Here is the substitute, Costules. He's done well. He's gone inside the Tottenham penalty area. Plays it in field to Ruta. Tried to get the shot in there, but Tottenham just about get the ball clear. Bit of nerves there at the back for Tottenham. Not finished yet at Brighton. Here is Ruta out to the right-hand side now. Minte clips the cross. A decent ball in there. Good header away by Kevin Danso. Had to get it right, and he did. Here's Van Hecke. Feeds the ball to Minte there on this right-hand side. 1v1. Left-footed cross towards the back post, but it's high, it's hanging, and it's gone over everybody's head, and it's gone out for a goal kick. In the meantime, Xavi Simons is not going to be able to continue here. He's holding his left ankle. Of course, Tottenham can make a change if it's concussion, but they won't be able to make a change for an injury. And Stuart Atwell is calling the physios here. It doesn't look good for Xavi Simons. I'm not sure if it's his left ankle, but he's walking very gingerly at the moment. 3 Tottenham players currently around him, trying to see whether they can help him. I don't think they're going to be able to. It's not looking good. And so there are 2 physios on the field now, just checking out the ankle of Xavi Simons. Of course, he's another one that's had a little bit of issue with injury. Hasn't had. He's been probably the player that's played the most minutes in terms of not being on the treatment table, though. 27th Premier League appearance this evening, and a goal to certainly talk about to his grandkids for. It was an absolute pearler. It's only his 2nd Premier League goal in a Tottenham shirt, but what a way to get it. Just turned 22, turns 22 years of age actually. Does Xavi Simons next week, so he'll be hoping, I'm sure, that doesn't hinder the old birthday celebrations as he trots over to the touchline on that left-hand side. And, he's just gone off the field for the moment, rolling his socks up. I think it's going to be a case of just play on the last 3 minutes or so, because that's where we are now. 3 minutes to go here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It is Tottenham Hotspur 2, Brighton 1. You're listening to live audio match commentary as Kinski will launch it clear over the halfway line, looking for the flick on by Solanke. He's certainly been a lot quieter in this second half, Dominic Solanke. Saw a lot of him in the first, certainly driving down that left-hand side, but it's just been a case of Tottenham doing what they needed to do to get a victory. And at the moment, they're in pole position for that. But here is Van Hecke looking to change it. Plays the ball into Ruta. This is good play by Brighton. Lovely ball over to Minte now on that left-hand side. He flings the cross in towards the back post. Bergvall gets it away. Bit of a struggle from Tottenham there, but they get it clear. Oh, but they've given the ball away, and here come Brighton again. Here's Minte. Right for the cross into the box. It's volleyed clear by Archie Gray there on the penalty spot. Well, Brighton will come back once more. Tottenham are just struggling to get out of it at the moment. Here is Tottenham man Pascal Gross walking forward over the halfway line. Side foots it to Van Hecke on this right-hand side. He then plays it out further on the right-hand side. Cross flung into the box. Good header away in the end. Here's Xavi Simons now. Plays it down the line. Here is Jed Spence for Tottenham. He's got 3 Brighton players hounding him there, but he's done really well, Jed Spence, and held the ball up and fed it into Pellegrini, and the Tottenham fans love that. Really big applause from Jed Spence there, how he held it up and just did the right thing, kept possession, exactly what Tottenham need in this moment in time. with the clock ticking down to 90 minutes. The ball goes back to Kinski, who flings it forward. Over the halfway line, the ball will drop into the chest of Xavi Simons. Tries to flick it forward, but Van Hecke will control it. Well, we've got 8 minutes of stoppage time to play. And here come Brighton. Have they got it in them to get an equalising goal? They've done it once in the first half through Matoma, but they'll need to do it again if they're to stop Tottenham from finally ending that hoodoo of 14 games without a Premier League victory. The ball is fed out to the left-hand side. Here is Minte trying to take on Porro, goes back, crossed in by Kadioglu towards the back post. The header comes in. They haven't got it away, Tottenham, but in the end Kinski falls down on the ball and holds on to it, does the Tottenham keeper. And you can see the real anguish of these Tottenham supporters, the nail biting. They are all going through the motions at the moment. As for the visiting supporters, I'm sure they would love it, wouldn't they, if they could get an equalising goal to stop Tottenham in their tracks. But of course, not only that, but in the meantime, Tell's got a chance here. Oh, shot at this near post. Great save by Verbruggen, but I don't think it would have counted anyway. The flag is up, and so Matches Tell, who got in down the right hand side, fired a vicious effort at the near post, but it was tipped away by Verbruggen, but nothing doing. And here come Brighton now. Have they got one last opportunity? Well, I say one last opportunity. They've got 7.5 minutes yet, haven't they, of stoppage time to try and find a way through and get that last gasp equaliser. Here they are on the far right hand side. The ball is arrowed high towards... Oh, Kinski's dropped it, and then he picks it up at the second attempt. He's not very comfortable, is he, sometimes, when that ball is put into the box for him to catch. He gets a little bit nervy, does the Tottenham goalkeeper, and he did so then, but he volleys it clear over the halfway line. Ball is headed into the midfield of Pascal Gross. He shifts it into the centre circle. Here come Brighton now on the attack. There's the ball down the right hand channel to Ruta. Ruta trying to take on his man, tries to flick the cross in. Cleared away by Tottenham though. Still Brighton pick up possession. Ruta again, out to the left hand side. Now O'Reilly. He finds Minte on the left. Good cross into the box. There's a bigger chance for the shot. Oh, it's gone wide. It's gone wide. What a chance for Brighton. I think, was it Kadioglu coming in at the back stick there? Well, what a chance for Brighton. Well, or was it De Kuyper just behind him? I just couldn't quite see who it was, but that is a great chance. Well, let's have a look at this. It's De Kuyper who flicks it with his right foot, and the ball goes into the side netting. What a chance for Brighton. Well, it was flung in beautifully for Minte from the left-hand side with his right foot, high, hanging towards the back stick. But De Kuyper connected with his right foot, but couldn't do what Matoma did in the first half with that volley, and instead his connection was into the side netting. But it's still not over yet. We've played 4 minutes of the 8 to be added on of stoppage time at the end of this game here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's all nervy for Spurs at the moment. They lead by 2 goals to 1. Can they hold on, or will Brighton put another dagger into that Tottenham dressing room? In the meantime, here's Minte, gets to the byline, low cross in at the near post. Old Tottenham have made a right mistake. Brighton have got a chance to equalise, and they have done. It's Georgino Ruta who flicks the ball into the top of the net. Oh, Brighton have levelled proceedings here late on, and Tottenham's 14-game run without a Premier League victory might well be going on a little longer. You can see the Tottenham players, they drop to their knees, They know what a big, big goal that could be in their fight for survival. But for Brighton, it means everything. It's another point on the board. Well, it was great play from them down the left-hand side. The ball was flicked over the back of the Tottenham defence. Minte got to the byline, kept the ball in, flung it in low, left-footed. And then Tottenham, I'm not sure what they were doing there. And would you believe it was Van Hecke, of all people, who recycled possession down the left-hand side of the byline. He pulled the ball back, and there was Georginio Ruta waiting to hit a crisp left-foot effort, first time, into the roof of the net. And now Brighton might go on and win it. Here they come. Here is De Kuyper back to Viper now, on the edge of the Tottenham penalty area. Tottenham can't lose it now, can they? Ball is flicked high towards the back post. It's headed behind for a corner. And now they're under pressure, Tottenham. And you can see it around the supporters. But if Brighton do turn it all around and snatch a winner, well, for them, it would take them into 6th position. So they'll be looking to try and win this. Can they do so? 6 wins out of 7 then for Fabian Hursa. The ball is into the area. Punched away by Kinski. And still Brighton have possession though, and in the end, Tottenham get a reprieve. There's a foul in the build-up there as Tottenham clear, and it will be a free kick to Spurs. But let's just see this goal again. Well, brilliant work for Van Hecke. Kevin Danso it was, who was caught napping inside his own penalty area. He thought he got the ball, didn't see Van Hecke, he nicked in off him, and then Van Hecke pulled the ball back across the 6-yard area to Ruta, who just flicked it in with his left foot high into the roof of the net. Great finish by Ruta, just hit it beautifully. Exactly where the Tottenham keeper wouldn't get it. I think if he hits it anywhere else, Kinski gets it, but he hit it so well into the high echelons of the goal net. And Tottenham look like their run might be going on another game or so, but they've got a throw in on that far left-hand side, level with the Brighton penalty area. Have they got one last chance to win it here? The Tottenham supporters standing behind that goal. Danso out to Simons. Now Porro picks it out to Gray. Tottenham have it on this right-hand side, 10 yards outside the Brighton penalty area. Gray now trying to keep it in, trying to beat 2 Brighton players, but in the end they see to that very comfortably. And they'll come out of trouble. And in the end, though, Birdfellas won it back. And here comes Tottenham. Simons now into the air. Gray with a shot. Oh, low shot right across the far left-hand post, but it's held on well by the Brighton keeper. Just got his 2 hands to it and held on to it as well. Did Verbruggen. But Archie Gray saw his name in lights there and hit the ball across with his right foot low towards the far left-hand corner. And is that the final piece? It is! It's all over here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's finished. Tottenham 2, Brighton 2, and it's not enough to get Spurs out of the bottom 3 tonight. They remain a point behind West Ham. For Brighton, well, they go up a place into 9th. Well, Tottenham were in front twice through Pedro Porro and Xavi Simons, but twice Brighton fought back with Matoma, and Ruta's stoppage time equaliser means it's finished all square here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Full-time score, Tottenham 2, Brighton 2. I hope you've enjoyed listening to this tonight, and a very good evening to you all. Thank you.